Our next item on the agenda is presentations to the board. We have design development phase for Haltom and Richland Middle Schools. Connie Matheson will make this presentation with the architects. Please, sir.
Okay, yeah, just wanted to let you know we finished up the design development phase of the project for the two middle school replacements. PBK is here tonight. We have Todd Spohr and Sean Panton who are going to give you a presentation of how it looks, and I'll turn it over to them at this time.
All right. Good afternoon, President Davis, Superintendent Dr. Brown, and Board Trustee. Thank you all for having us tonight. We will go over the two middle schools for Birdville ISD. First one will be New Richland Middle School. Attached, as you can see, is the composite site plan for the replacement of New Richland Middle School. It's going in the location of the existing track and field so that we can go ahead and keep Richland up and running as the new school is under construction. Our front entry drive, it will be off of Briggs Avenue, and we'll have a lot of stacking for the visitors drop-off, as well for parent drop-off and visitor parking at the front of the school. The classrooms are facing north and south for natural light to get into all the classrooms and spaces. And then we have the bus loop and off of Hovenkamp. So this will be a new orientation for the school for New Richland Middle School. Next to that is a competition track and field with discus and shot put below and the field events above, with direct access from the athletic facilities of the campus. Here is an overall floor plan of Richland Middle School. It's kind of a hybrid off of what North Richland was. So at the front of the main entry, we have the administration area with the secure vestibule. Below that is our fine arts department, where you have choir and band. This area, we're looking at using it as a storm shelter. So we have facilities in place, such as restrooms and mechanical, for this facility as a storm shelter. To the left of it is the drama room and performance stage off of the cafeteria and kitchen. Below that, we have our boys' athletics and girls' athletics locker rooms and the auxiliary and competition gyms. So most of all of our louder, more active spaces are on the south side of the campus, with our more academic spaces, such as the library and fine arts CTE at the north side of the campus. Second floor we have dedicated to 6th and 7th grade, with 8th grade on the first floor. Here's kind of some enlargement areas for the North Richland. As you can see, we have the secure vestibule in the front of the school that leads into the reception area. After that, we have all of our offices for the principal, secretaries, clinic, lounge spaces for the teachers, and then across from it is the dining that is currently enclosed. Here is the fine arts suite with the choir room and band hall. As you can see, it is an enclosed space for it to be used as a storm shelter, with the mechanical room, restrooms, and electrical all included in that space. This is a black box and platform, as we discussed earlier. Here is one of the wings within the academic wing. This area here is dedicated for special ed and CTE, with some of the breakout intervention rooms located here as well. We also have satellite administration for counselors and APs within each wing to help make sure that we have administration distributed throughout the space. We do have our library called Learning Commons, with our makerspace available for all students to go and tinker and explore new possibilities of future careers. Right here is our 8th grade wing. We have our 2 science labs surrounded by the classrooms. We did increase the student capacity to 900 students, so we did add the additional classrooms that was requested by the board. We do have content mastery and Avid also integrated within each of the within this pod. Here is the auxiliary and competition gym. A lot of these features, again, were based off of North Richland, so a lot of the similarities are there. We did look at the restrooms for the boys' lockers and created partitions and curtains to kind of give each boy a shower area that's more private, as requested by the district. We still allowed for the volume needed for boys' PE and boys' athletics. Here is the second floor of the classroom area for 7th grade. Again, it's a duplicate of 8th with Pass and Able also integrated into the classroom wing. Each wing does have a large collaborative area so that students can break out with their teachers into those collaborative areas for independent study and learning. This one here is the 6th grade wing. Again, resource rooms are also integrated with this wing as well, with administration on the 2nd floor to distribute the AP and counselor within this area, as well as our PLC and ISS room. Here is the exterior rendering for Haltom, for Richland Middle School. This is based off of a more traditional look to help work with existing surrounding community. So we have more of a gable residential feel with the scale brought down by the entry canopy. Here is a look of the interior for Richland Middle School. As you can see, it has some of the similarities of North Richland. However, we do introduce a lot more of the school color, which is the purple, into this as requested by the principal, just to kind of increase school spirit for this particular campus. And then here is a view of the library rendering. Again, a few of the similarities with kind of the school branding included into this campus. All right, moving on to New Haltom Middle School. This campus is a little bit different from Richland due to site limitations, as well as making sure that, again, this campus will be in use as a new school is being constructed. So we had to make some adjustments to this campus so that it would fit on the site, as well as to be conducive for the environment and for the athletic fields, adjacencies, and drives. As you can see, the new entry drive and parent drop-off is off of Hadley, with visitor parking located there, and the bus loop is located off of Hires. So again, to keep the parents away from the buses, and well as staff, to keep that nice separation. Again, the track and field is accessible from the athletic facilities without students having to cross the parking lot. They can go around to meet their needs. Here is a composite floor plan showing the first floor. Again, with this campus, we still have the academic wings at the front of the buildings. So to the south of it, we have all of our classrooms, administration, and library. And to the north, we do have our more louder active spaces, such as fine arts, athletics, cafeteria, kitchen. Here in this campus, we are also using the band hall and choir room as a storm shelter as well. Here is the 2nd floor for 6th and 7th grade, with special education also located on this campus, in this area here, integrated on the 2nd floor.
Could it?
Here
Mr.
is.
President, could it?
Sure.
Would you mind just flipping back to that one? Where's the flow going to be from the lockers to the field?
So, as you can see, boys and girls are on the south side of the athletic room,
Right.
Of the gymnasiums. So from the canopy running down south through the arc, you'll head towards the practice fields.
And then, okay, but that's all right. That T shaded.
The T area is a covered canopy.
Is covered canopy, and then they'll come out on the sidewalk.
Sidewalk, curve down, and head towards the where the bleachers are for the athletic fields.
And that'll just be, and that's just going to mainly be used by staff and bus. So that'll just be start of the day and end of the day.
Correct.
Most of the day that won't be used by traffic, right?
Correct.
Okay.
All of the traffic for parents and will be at the front of the campus, away from that area.
Okay.
No worries. So here we have the main administration area. Again, to the left is the entry vestibule. We have our reception area with all of our office facing the parent drop-off, with the principal, counselor, AP located within this area, as well as the clinic. So to the right of that is the 8th grade classroom wing, where we have all of our classrooms off the collaborative area, again, to facilitate collaborative learning, as well as a community environment of the 8th grade with science labs at the end. Here is the view of floor plan of the fine arts area. We have our band and choir off the north side of the campus. Right above that is the bus pickup, drop-off for loading for band and choir for when they do leave for competitions. Below that is a black box with a platform leading to the cafeteria.
Mr. President, I'm sorry one more time.
No worries.
If you want
Go
to
ahead,
throw
Mr.
something,
Tolbert.
if you want to throw something at me, please do.
It's all right. Go ahead.
If you flip back one more,
Okay.
so we've got the classrooms would have about how many in a minute any given time?
The student capacity for this campus is 1,000 students, so each wing should have about 3,500 or
And then and then they're gonna the bell's gonna ring, and then all these classrooms are gonna exit, and they're gonna have an opportunity for the one restroom, or I'm sorry, am I missing something?
There is one restroom per pod, so each classroom area does have its own restroom area for it. There is a staff that's separate from the student restroom located in each wing as well.
So, and I'm assuming these are 2 scale, right? It's showing on the girls' sides three non-handicapped and 1 handicapped, so 4.
Correct. And the
Okay.
boys, there's 1 handicap, 1 regular, and then 2 urinals.
And again, I'm assuming this is tried and true and tested, and that's the number that
Correct.
works. Okay.
This is the same setup that North Richland has.
North Richland has. Okay,
Yes.
that's what I was wondering. Okay, thanks.
Yes.
Mr. Kunkel.
And regarding restrooms, sometimes the boys is on the left and the girls on the right. Sometimes it's reversed. What's the rhyme or reason? Should we be concerned with being consistent that one is on the right, one's on the left, or does it matter when you switch them back and forth in a building?
We generally like to stack everything, so we would want to make sure that the restrooms are consistent with all the spaces. We do have signage to make sure that confusion
But on your drawings, you've got some that the girls are on the left, some
Yes.
that the boys are on the left. And yeah, I don't know if it makes a difference or not, but consistency, I would think, would be better.
Okay. We will definitely make those adjustments and address those. I do know when the building changes orientation from Richland to here, we do make some changes as well. But we will definitely.
If it makes a difference, you're more knowledgeable as to that. I'm just asking the question.
No, of course. It does make sense to keep it consistent throughout the entire campus. So we will definitely address that.
Okay.
Here is the dining with the serving lines. Again, we have it opens down to the south for our courtyard area for natural light. Here is our learning commons, again with integrated makerspace for the students to, again, meet their needs. This side is the CTE and special ed. We also have art located within this wing and the intervention labs as well. So it's kind of a multi-use with the satellite administration with AP and conference and counselor. Above is our gymnasiums. We do have our auxiliary and competition with weight room and fitness center, fitness room. Restrooms again, locker rooms again, similar to Richland, and again with the boys with their separate shower stalls with curtains to meet the needs and privacy as requested. Second floor, we have 7th grade. Again, we have all the classrooms stacked with the science lab stacked, all entering onto the collaborative area. We have our special ed area with Content Mastery, Avid, Able, Pass with the resource rooms clustered within the pod so that, again, we have access from both the 7th grade and 6th grade side to these special ed rooms. Oops. And here, this side is the 6th grade. Again, classrooms with the science labs on the end, all exiting onto the collaborative areas with the satellite administration located here as well for safety and security. Right here is the front exterior rendering of Haltom Middle School. This one is a little bit more contemporary in relations to Richland. It kind of fit the space, and as well as the area of that was requested. Here is the interior of the main lobby. So as you can see, is you have the entry doors with the stairs to the right, and then this is heading towards the library with the cafeteria, which will be on your right-hand side. This is a view of looking within the library towards the makerspace. We do have, again, we try and introduce pops of color of the school, which is orange for Haltom. So, project schedule. Before I move on, any questions on any of the plans?
Mr. Tolbert.
Just very quickly, did I see that special ed cluster is on the second floor? Is that?
Yes, we do have a cluster on the second floor, but we also do have a cluster on the first.
Any benefit to having those all on the first floor, or any concerns about having some on the second floor, maybe with mobility issues or some things?
Well, we will have an elevator in each campus so that students will have access to it. When we did have our review meetings with with each of the principals at this campuses, they asked for it to be separated and integrated into each of the wings and pods.
Oh,
so
okay.
they wanted it to be within the campus and not all clustered in a suite off to the side like it was originally in North Richland.
Okay.
So it's more of an integration so that those students who are using those programs are within the student body and will have interaction with the student body.
Gotcha. And then would you mind pointing out where the elevators are again?
So right here, as soon as you see the main entry,
Yes.
in the top left at that corner where you see the title where it says machine room,
Yes.
the elevator's right below it.
Okay, and there'll be multiple elevators, or?
We only have one elevator, and that would be controlled by the district how they see fit, whether students will either use their card to gain access or they're getting access through a teacher.
Okay, do we at least have a service elevator that could be used in case of emergency if that goes down?
No, we do not have one integrated at this time.
Normally, I don't see in other schools either, though.
You just see one? Mm-hmm. Okay, and then what happens to the students that can't get to the second floor when the elevator's down for maintenance?
I can address that. We have had to address that. We make accommodations. For example, that occasionally that happens. It happened fairly recently this year at Birdville High School and last year. So it can be down for a day or two. You just make accommodations. So students sometimes will meet down there. Sometimes students can be assisted. Depends on the situations. But teachers make accommodations for them in the library. Whether we meet in the library for a day for a student or different things. So we just know we have to make accommodations from time to time.
Okay, thanks.
Yes, sir. Project schedule. So we went through the schematic design phase in January and February with our presentation on February 28th. Right now we are through design development with our presentation today to y'all on the 25th. We have our construction documents phase planned through April through August 29th with our 50% review June 27th and our 90% review on August 1st. After that we go into our bidding phase with proposals received on September 26th, going back to the board on October 24th. After that, we will enter the construction phase on October 25th through December 1st, with our substantial completion of the building ending in May 31st, demolition of the parking lot completion between June 1st and August 1st, and the athletic field completion in December 1st of 2021. Currently, per the budgets for the bond in 2018, Haltom Middle School for 1,000 students is currently planned for $60 million.
I like that.
I wish it was that.
We got you down for that one.
For $60,758,949, and with New Richland Middle School with 900 student capacity planned for $58,019,323, and that is our budget plan from the 2018 bond, and that concludes the presentation.
Any questions we have for the staff architect here tonight?
All I'm going to say is a great plan. You guys, you've thought through everything, every question I ask. You've thought through it. This is all science-based, data-driven school. Really, really professional presentation. Good job.
Thank you.
Mr. Dilks?
I don't know. This may be crazy, but the green with the orange, isn't there a middle school that's green too already?
Watauga.
Yeah. I just don't know. I mean, I really like the purple at Richland Middle, and you got the orange at Haltom Middle.
Correct.
And I'm all about the orange, but I don't know about the green.
We did present some color options. We have the green as a teal color. However, it is still open, and we can look at other options and opportunities for there. We generally like to introduce other colors for the school, so it's just not one color everywhere. But we can definitely look at
You
other
need some
options.
contrast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think purple everywhere is good.
Thank you, TCU Horned Frog. Other questions? Thank you very much for your comments. We look forward to later on to award contracts. Thank you very much for y'all's time tonight.